Hi, welcome to Notes from the Launchpad September. We're mixing it up and trying things a little differently with a video instead of just your usual written article. I wanted to tell you about all of the great things happening this month. We're calling it September Smarts Month because we have teleseminars and webinars and teleclasses coming up. It's going to be quite exciting. Vinka Hart, also known as Vinka Muhlenberg, is going to be joining us on the 7th, which is next Wednesday, coming right up. She actually was a rebel in Germany and helped to bring down the Berlin Wall. So now she wants to help you bring down your walls about money. And what author can't use more of that? So I figured, hey, let's do something together. And then we have next week Rochelle Togofiga talking about how to make money as a speaker. And every author needs those opportunities to speak and sell their book and everything. So great opportunity to participate in her call. Later in the month, I'm going to bring you the prosperity coach, who is just amazing, Marilyn Janae. She's awesome. And she's a total attraction coach, and she attracted two traditional publishing companies to publish her books, and she turned them both down. So we're going to be talking about that, and I think you'll really enjoy that call and get a lot out of it. We're going to talk about traditional publishing versus self-publishing, why you might want to do one or the other, and how can this person who attracts so many great things to herself and teaches other people to do it actually turn down traditional publishing. Oh, fantastic. And there's more coming up. So check the information below in this email and be sure and sign up for all the great calls and opportunities. And now I'm going to actually speak my article this week. So I hope you enjoy it. Today's question that I'm going to answer is, how much does it really cost to self-publish, and what is the trade-off between price and quality? And I want to start off with a little story. Just a few months ago, we moved from where we had been living after only 4 months. Now, we knew we had agreed to take a temporary situation at the time. The owners asked us to move because their place was being sold. They gave us less than 30 days notice, and it was the middle of the month. We were totally panicked. And then, of course, we had to find a place. And in the middle of the month, selections are limited. I mean, let's face it, So we called our resources. We hit Craigslist very hard. At the last minute, we ended up in a house. And we had avocado and mango and citrus trees, tons of lizards and spiders and animals. We had raccoons and baby possums. Oh my gosh, it all seemed to be worth it. And the landlord told us it was a nice, quiet neighborhood. And we weren't sure, but we were panicked. We had little time left and nowhere to go, so we took it. The week after we moved in, we heard gunshots behind our house. So we called the police, but they never showed up. Now, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. As time went by, we began to meet some of our neighbors and found out they had camera systems installed and watched the street closely, including our comings and goings. One evening, 2 police cars drove right into our neighbor's backyard. Lights flashing. I mean, it was a big thing. So the whole safe thing seemed to have eluded us. As for quiet, nope. The quadrupeds and dirt bikes going past our backyard on the dirt path were definitely not. Moral of the story, take some time before you make important decisions and look under the surface. Even when you think you don't have time, you must pretend as if you are Samantha from Bewitched and put everyone else in freeze mode while you check under the rugs for hidden bugs. Now, how does all this relate to publishing? I see people looking for self-publishing options all the time and being sold on cheap packages by people whose job is only to sell, sell, sell. The salespeople make it sound like the company's services are terrific and give unsuspecting authors short deadlines to make their decision. Over and over and over again, I see authors buckling under the pressure and ending up with templated covers, templated inside design, no proofing, and little editing. The bugs. The result is several $1,000s spent for an end result that is unsellable. How tragic. People have come to Launchpad Publishing after the fact, after the mistakes have been made, and we've been asked to help. One author with a great story needed his book completely re-edited just to bring out his brilliance. We're giving him a new cover, a new title, coaching him on building his platform, all of that. And, I understand when you've been doing all that writing, you feel like your book is complete and you're anxious to see it in print. But if you hasten to that glorified printer, you will miss the boat, wasting valuable time and lots of money. I can't tell you how many times we've gone round with design and printing just to be sure that everything will stand up to the test. It takes longer, sometimes weeks or months, but the end result makes it worthwhile every time. You want to turn out a book that will help you achieve your long-range goals, right? You certainly don't want to throw your money into a dark hole, right? Okay. So, here's the skinny on how fat your wallet needs to be for self-publishing. No matter what route you choose, marketing is the key. Yes, marketing. You need to create a buzz for your book. You need to let people know it's coming. Get them curious. Make them hungry for it so that when it's released, you will have demand. Otherwise, it won't matter how much or how little you spent. Either way, you end up with a bunch of books and no one to buy them if you haven't gotten that marketing rocking and rolling. Overall, your costs are going to vary based on the length of your book, quality of your writing, whether it requires color inside for illustrations or photo, whether it's hardcover or softcover, how many books you're printing, and lots more of little things too. Now, I'm sure you can understand that the amount of editing work depends on the quality of your writing and how many pages. If you're writing a text-intense book, editing will most surely be the most costly piece, besides printing, of course. And if you're writing an illustrated children's book, your biggest expense is going to be usually for artwork, because it's your artwork that's telling the story. Okay, so take a deep breath and hold it. On the average, printed about 100 to 200 copies with some marketing. Now, it could be as little as 8,000 or as much as 20, depending on the variables. I know it sounds like a lot, but don't panic. How much do you spend on your addictions every week? Your lattes and other things you might do. And how much do you spend on things you could live without? Well, I'm sure if you add all that up, it's a goodly sum. And what if you could really earn some of the money back in book sales or increase speaking revenues within months of having your book published? That changes things, doesn't it? Speaking fees can increase 5 or 10 times when you're a published author with your own book. This is why your marketing piece is so important. When you have created your buzz and your demand before the release date, you are much more likely to move books. With a book that is of the highest quality, one you can feel confident and proud to distribute, your audience will be more likely to spread the word as they gain value from reading it. At Launchpad Publishing, we take it one step at a time. Payments are made in stages, and we will stretch out production to fit your budget. We'll never cut corners on quality, but we will help you find ways to use OPM, other people's money, through sponsors, for example, when appropriate, or other creative ideas that we come up with and we'll brainstorm with you on stuff. Some authors feel they really can get their book done for less money. After all, those persistent salespeople from doitalone.publishing.com said they can give you the world for only $3,000. But remember the house in the so-called quiet, safe neighborhood? Maybe not. I have seen people attempt to do their own layout for their book in an attempt to cut corners. If you're not a graphic designer, please don't do that. Believe me, you will not be happy with the results. And even if you don't know the difference, your book will scream, self-published, cheapo. And that's not so good for your credibility. Now, suppose you have a best friend or relative who's an amazing artist and they understand marketing and they agree to do your illustrations or cover at no charge. Wow, awesome, fantastic. You just saved yourself a bundle. And if they're that good, we want them to join our team. Now, the bottom line is start marketing your book early on in the process to create demand, and always check under the rug before you embark on the publishing process. See you next time.